Hello, something is not adding up. Ugandans are 45 million people today, and it is estimated that in 2050 we shall be 145 million people. We shall be between 105 to 145 million people. This is so alarming because every single day in Uganda we produce 5,931 children. What does that mean? It means 247 children are produced per hour. And wait a minute, every single day 1,390 Ugandans die, which means for every hour 57 people die. So what is the implication? The birth rate is higher than the death rate. By implication, this means there is going to be a population explosion in Uganda. In the whole world, we produce 218,000 people a day. That means in the whole world, the population is increasing by 80 million people. Now, Uganda is the 8th fastest growing population in the world. This should worry you. The first is Syria, the second is South Sudan, the third is Niger, the fourth is Burundi, the fifth is Equatorial Guinea, the sixth is Benin, and Uganda now is number 8 fastest growing population in the world. The political philosophy debate has to begin. I heard President Museveni saying presidential population growth is a good thing for Uganda. I just wonder what he studied at the University of Dar es Salaam. Population explosion must worry Uganda. Now, from a political philosophy perspective, there are 3 factors that determines population growth. Birth rate, I've already told you we produce 247 people per hour. Death rate, I've already told you 57 people die per hour in Uganda. And immigration. There is a worrying trend that people from Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan, Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Democratic Republic of Congo migrate into Uganda and get the national ID and also call themselves Ugandan. So there is a worrying trend of population explosion. Now, some people may say, let population expand. God says, go multiply and fill the world. That is a very good argument. But another argument would be, in Uganda, according to the 2014 population census, we have a population of 136 people per square kilometer. Which means if the population is expanding, the land is not expanding, God is not creating more land. So the debate has to begin. Another worrying trend to us political philosophers is the average age of Uganda is 15 years. Because from the age of 0 to 14, there are 45.3% of Ugandans, 0 to 14 years. And then from the age of 15 to 64 years, there are 53% of Ugandans. Then those who are over 65, like President Museveni, they are only 1% of the population. So the average age of Ugandan population is 15. This is worrying. Now, why should it bother me, a political philosopher, Hon.Dr.odonga? It should bother me because we are producing so many children that don't have quality lives. If you drive from Kampala to Gulu in the morning, from 7 to 9 a.m., the total number of children you see going to school is the complete total number of children in Spain, where I lived for 2 years. If you drive from Kampala to Mbarara, the children going to school on one road only is the total number of children you would see in the whole of Belgium as a country. So population is exploding. Imagine, this morning as I was having breakfast, I met 4 men and said, let's count our children. We were only 4 and we had 17 children. You who is listening to this video, how many children do you have? I was checking online, there is a woman called Mariam Nabatanzi Babiri, born in 1980. She has 44 children. The oldest being 28 and the youngest being 6. There is a threat of population explosion. If the debate on population control does not begin now, Even if God becomes the president of Uganda, we shall fail. I don't know what Uganda Population Council is doing. Now, what is the prescription and the way forward? Contraceptives are not readily available to our mothers. There is need for a massive campaign on family planning. For your information, it takes only 4 days. Only 4 days of a month for a woman to conceive. The other days are free. Now, for us men, can't you wait those 4 days? Can't we wait these 4 days? 1, 2, 3, 4. The debate has to begin. We may have to introduce taxes on producing more than a certain number of children. Parliament has to begin this debate. We may also have to begin to introduce rewards. A mother who produces 3 or 4 children should be rewarded so that people are encouraged to produce less children, and many people are also taxed from producing too many children. Why would you have 44 children on this planet Earth? The churches should come in and change the public attitudes towards contraception, towards use of condoms, and towards use of femidom. Otherwise, this country is so small and the population is exploding. Countries like China, they have brought a one-child policy. You produce 1 child, immediately you go to hospital, they cut the uterus. I have friends in Europe who are telling me they want to begin a project in Africa. $200, 200 euros, they do vasectomy. 200 euros, they do vasectomy. And they ask me, what's my opinion? Can the campaign work in Africa? I ask them 2 questions. Why would population explosion bother you? 2, the attitude here, you listening to me, would you accept 1 million shillings so that you are cut off? Of course, people will say, no, even if it is 10 million shillings. There has to be a deliberate campaign for sterilization. There has to be a deliberate campaign for vasectomy among men. Otherwise, if the Ugandan population continues exploding, I predict in 7 to 15 years there will be organized crime, and this would not be a beautiful place to live in. Let the debate continue. But from me here, Hon.Dr.odonga, a political philosopher, I've shot the first bullet. Let the debate on population explosion in Uganda start right now. Thank you and have a blessed week.